Hey Visionary, welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name is Shawana Livingston. I'm the founder of Live Love Your Passion, and this channel is all about mindset, business, and branding. Today, we are going to be talking about the number one reason you struggle being consistent in your business. Especially with it being a new year, you probably set resolutions and goals and things that you want to accomplish this year. And about 90% of you, according to statistics, have already lost your consistency and have stopped doing the things that you really want to do in order for you to reach your goals. So this video is going to be for you if you are really struggling with discipline, and if you're struggling with procrastination. Like, I'm talking, you sit down at your computer and you say, okay, I am going to work on my business for the next 2-3 hours. You put your phone on do not disturb, you get your drink or whatever, and you get yourself all ready to really do what you know you need to be doing. And then all of a sudden you are drifting off and opening up a new tab, reading an article, watching a YouTube video, and you're picking up your phone and you're scrolling literally for hours on social media and can't figure out why you can't put your phone down. If that sounds like you, this video is for you. I'm going to tell you the number one reason why you're doing that and why you're struggling with being consistent, and what is this thing that's pulling you away. First of all, before we get into it, this wasn't even in my notes. I just want to say that you have to understand the age we are living in right now is full of consumerism, right? Like, everywhere that you look, you are being pulled in the direction to buy something, to be loyal to something else besides yourself. If you get on TikTok, they are always trying to sell you something. Instagram, influencers, there's just so many things and distractions out there trying to make you consume. And so if you're not very intentional with your day, your money, what you want to do with your life, you will be pulled in directions that you don't want to be pulled in. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and I'm going to explain exactly why you're struggling and what you can do to overcome that. So many people ask me, how is it possible that I am so disciplined that I wake up every single day and work on my business? As a full-time entrepreneur, you do have pretty much flexibility to do whatever you want with your day. And so I don't really have to get up and sit at my computer and work or make the calls or send the proposals. I mean, yes, I have to make money, but it takes an immense amount of discipline for me to actually sit here and do the hard things that I have to do to produce the results that I want to have in my business. So people are always asking me, how are you so disciplined? How do you stay on task? How do you stay focused? How are you so consistent? It's been like 5 years and you're still doing your business. We can't believe it. Before I give y'all the answer, I want to tell you exactly how Michael Jordan was able to do it, how he was able to become one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball. Actually, in an interview, he was asked this exact same question, like, how are you able to, wake up every day, practice as many hours as you practice? How are you the greatest at basketball? What are you doing? Give us the strategy. And he told the interviewer, it's not, how many times I practice. It is not how many basketball reels I watch, but he said, I truly love the game. I wouldn't be playing if I didn't love the game. And that is the key, you guys. That 4-letter word is the number one reason you are struggling being consistent. It is love. If you have not yet fallen in love with what you do, then you will struggle being consistent. Love transcends discipline, okay? And there are several science studies out there that conclude that 90% of the decisions that we make are based on emotion. So whatever you love, whether that is you love the validation of social media and the feeling that it gives you, or whether that's you love the fashion article that you end up reading instead of, producing the content that you're supposed to do for your business, whatever it is that you love, your brain is always going to pull you towards doing that versus the hard thing, the logical thing that you have to do. So you have to love the process more than the promise. Because if you're just in business for the promise, the money, the validation, the success, and you're not in love with the process, you will always be beat out by something else that is giving you the promise, that instant gratification immediately. I want you to think about when a man loves a woman. When he falls in love with her, it is easy for him to do things for her. It is easy for him to plan the dates, to text her, or to make that phone call. It's easy for him to, buy her things and to really just treat her like a queen, because he has fallen in love with her and the process. And he knows this is going to get him the promise, yes, at the end, but it's not just the promise of being with her that he has fallen in love with, but it is the process. It is seeing her smile every single day. It is that connection that they have, and he's become attached to the process. So you have to fall in love with the process more than the promise. So now I know you're probably wondering, okay, Sharwana, well, how do I fall in love with what I do? Or how do I figure out what I am in love with? Because maybe that is what I should be doing instead of what I am actually doing, because that's why it's so hard for me to do that thing. So the first thing that you want to do is to know thyself. I know you've heard this all the time, but what does this truly mean? It means to study yourself, get to know yourself. If you want to know what you love, usually there are some Blue's Clues there telling you like where you should be focusing your attention and what you should be doing. Not all things you love should be what you should be doing with your life and business, but there's some Blue's Clues here to tell you how to stay focused, basically, is what I'm saying. So look at, one of the first places you want to look at is where you spend your money. The things you spend your money on is usually what you really love. If you love fashion, then you've probably spent a lot of money on fancy clothes. If you love cooking, like culinary style cooking, then there's a possibility that you spend a lot of money at really nice restaurants. Or if I go into your kitchen, I will probably find really nice knives and silverware and pots and pans. Like, this is where you're spending your money because you are making an investment into the things that you love. If you love personal development, most likely you spend money on books and conferences of things of that nature in order to feed yourself with the thing that you love. If you love economics and finance, then you probably spend a lot of time, right? Time is also another thing that you want to look at, watching videos or reading articles around these topics. And so whatever it is that you love, you are definitely spending money and time there. You also want to just look at the content that you consume. Who are you following on social media? And I'm not just talking about your friends and family, but who are the celebrities that you follow? The people that are not necessarily important to other people, but they're important to you because whatever they produce is in relation to something that you love, right? Look at the books and the articles you read. Look at the email list that you are subscribed to. Even go back to your YouTube history. What type of content are you consuming? You can figure out what you love by just studying yourself and looking at where you are spending your time and what you are consuming. Why is this important? This is important because if you're not incorporating what you love into your work, or if what you love is not your work, it is always going to be hard for you to do the tasks that you need to do in order to stay consistent. Now, I'm not saying that if you love makeup that you need to be a makeup artist, but I am saying that you should probably look at what do you love about that thing and incorporate that into what you're doing. So makeup is very artistic, it's very creative. It's actually something that I really like. And so I have done some get ready with me videos while I am doing my actual work. This makes it feel like I'm not really doing work. I'm doing makeup, but at the same time, I'm talking to my audience about something that is, important to my business. I'm also checking a task off of my list, which is making a YouTube video or making a TikTok video, whatever it is that I'm doing. I also really love personal development. Like, if you look back at my YouTube history, guys, it is all personal development, mindset, quantum physics, like just all the things of self-development, because this is just absolutely what I enjoy and what I love. I think I should probably go to school for psychology. But that's neither here or there. Saying all that to say, when I am talking about these topics, it doesn't feel like work to me. When I am doing my business and I'm making sure that I'm incorporating this type of information into how I teach and what I do, then it does not feel like work. In fact, I literally just changed the messaging for my branding agency to say that we are a holistic branding agency. We do not just focus on pretty visuals, but we focus on the whole person. Why did I change my messaging to this? Because I realized that when I was creating brands that were not centered around purpose and vision and something deeper than just the pretty visuals, I was not loving my work. I was not connected to it. And that's because I know myself, and I know deep inside, I really love personal development. I really love, helping people with their mindset and helping them to achieve their goals and helping them to do something that is meaningful. So in order for me to love what I do, I had to incorporate that into. Now, motivation will wear off. And just because you love something does not mean that you're going to wake up every single day and really want to do that thing. And in fact, you may want to do it, but not in a way that moves the needle towards reaching your goals. For example, you may want to just read blogs all day on makeup or fashion. You may just want to watch basketball reels all day, but does that actually move the needle towards you reaching your goal? My daughter is in the background mocking my every move. Okay. So now that you know what you love, you want to incorporate that into your business somehow. And then you want to create daily tasks around doing the things that are actually going to move the needle. So if you need to create the YouTube video, right? And you love makeup, kind of like what I said earlier, then go ahead and do a get ready with me while you're doing your makeup, and then create a YouTube video talking about the topic that you really need to talk about. Maybe that's operations. Maybe that is project management. I don't know, whatever it is that you do in your business, maybe it's fitness, but figure out how to incorporate them. What's funny is I actually had a client ask me this the other day while we were on a coaching call. She was like, Sharwana, I help moms manage ADHD for their children, and I help them come up with tasks and routines for the structure of the home, but I really love cooking. And I thought about creating, this is what she said to me. She was like, I thought about creating YouTube videos while I am cooking and talking about, the topic of creating structure for your child with ADHD. She was like, do you think I should do that? And I was like, absolutely. That is the most brilliant thing you can ever do. And then you can also possibly create another income stream down the road. I don't recommend, doing these things all at the same time. Build your community, talk about what you talk about. But these people are then sold on your personal brand. They're used to how you do things. But then down the line, you could possibly, drop a recipe book or something like that. Who knows? But it's all about figuring out what you love, incorporating that into your daily routines, the habits that you're going to have to do every single day that move the needle towards you reaching your goals, so that it can feel easy to do the hard things and work doesn't feel like work. And before you know it, as you do this, it will become your identity. I don't have to think about waking up every single day and working on my business. It's who I am. It's a part of my daily routine. I am not forcing myself. I'm doing what I love, but even when it comes to the hard tasks like creating the video and sending the email out, pitching for the opportunity or making the phone call, I don't have to force myself. So you guys, hopefully this is making sense. The key to overcoming procrastination and to stop struggling with being consistent in your business is to just fall in love with what you do. And I believe that if you implement this strategy this year, 2024 will be one of your most successful years yet. So you guys, if you like this video, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but like, subscribe, share it, and I will see you guys in the next video.